Live. It stars Over the Prairie with 8-time Minnesota Music Award-winning songwriter, musician, author, and historian, Paul Metsa. Check out previous show podcasts at kdal610.com. Now, here's Paul Metsa.
Well, good morning. It's Chris Allen, and Paul Metsa isn't here today. He's kind of given the reins to me, but before he turns over the reins, I've got him on the phone. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Chris.
Out of town today.
I sure am, and it's beautiful where I am. And you know, you're going to do a great job on Stars Over the Prairie this morning.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But listen, you and I have been talking about this new song that you've got that you and Al Sparhawk wrote, and we said we would debut it on the show, and you sent me an email this week, and you said, it's done, it's ready to go, and I want to play it. So give me a little background on it, and then we'll play it for everyone.
I took the reins. Al Sparhawk had tweeted something about certain politicians he wasn't very enthused about.
Okay.
He just said, fool after fool, and I said, that's the start to a song. So I started writing a song. It just came out. You can find it on Paul Metsa's Bandcamp. Or go to my website, stream it for free. It's called No Kings, No Crown. Ironically enough, it came out just a few days before the No Kings rally that are going on around the country. And I'm excited that you're going to be able to introduce it and debut it on the show today.
Here we go. So tell us the name of the song and where they can get it again.
No Kings, No Crown. It's available on my Bandcamp for streaming or purchase. And also, it has a great video that's available to stream for free at paulmetsa.com. And that's, of course, spelled like the New York Mets with an A at the end.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Debuting right here on Stars Over the Prairie, No Kings, No Crown. Brand new from Al Sparhawk and Paul Metsa.
They are banning the books. Well, the books being read, obeying the voices that they hear in their heads. They like to say they are more righteous than you. They're just fool after fool after fool. They're just fool after fool after fool. They banish the women and silence their voice in clothes hanger alleys with no other choice. Handcuff the doctors and the scientists do. They're just fool after fool after fool. Fool after fool after fool.
They mask up like gangsters, roll up to your school, round up the students who have broken no rules. In farms and factories and fancy hotels, if your skin's coffee colored, you're on a highway to hell. No kings, no crown, not ever, not now. No kings, no crown, not ever, not now. They got alligator prisons, jackboot police. They'll grab grandma and grandpa, a nephew or niece. That man selling ice cream, they'll take him too. They're just fool after fool after fool. They're just fool after fool after fool. They pardon the criminals who beat up the cops, even those pled guilty with flagpoles and rocks. Starve hungry children, steal their medicine too. They're just fool after fool after fool. Fool after fool after fool. They're robbing the veterans wounded in war,
Close the suicide hotline, slam the hospital doors. Call them suckers and losers for the red, white, and blue. They're just fool after fool after fool, fool after fool after fool. No kings, no clowns, not ever, not now. No kings, no crowns, not ever, not now. Their God that breathes fire sets them up for the fall. Behind their halo curtain, there ain't no God at all. They think they'll get to heaven, riding King Solomon's mule. They're just fool after fool after fool, fool after fool after fool. When we stand together, we become bulletproof. Like old Paul Revere, shouting up to the roof. Warn all your neighbors and repeat after me. One, if I land, and two, if I see. History will be recorded and quick to condemn the cowardly traitors, both women and men. And it's good to remember, and times is by 10. There's way more of us than there are of them. There's way more of us than there are of them. There's just fool after fool after fool, fool after fool after fool, fool after fool after fool, fool after fool after fool.
Stars Over the Prairie on KDAL. Good morning. It's Chris Allen, usually the producer for Stars Over the Prairie, but last minute, Paul Metsa had to head out of town, and so he gave me the reins today, and we have a great show. I have had this artist on a couple of times over my years on the radio, and it's Teague Alexi, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning. Oh, which one are you on?
Check one.
There we go.
Check one. Good morning.
Sorry, I had to switch mics for you. I'm used to running Paul's mic, and I turn his on, and of course he's not here. Teague, you and I go way back. I think you were still doing hobos when I first met you.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And you came on, and we had you guys play a couple of songs and everything, and it was the first time that I got into your music. But let's start by going back to the beginning. How did that group start? And what made you guys kind of... Because I know your brother does some solo work too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ian's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He's always putting out music and playing with people. I want to say congrats to Paul and Alan and everybody involved in that great track.
Isn't that a wonderful song?
Debuted, yeah. That really hit me. I saw it online. Was sent to me yesterday, I want to say. So, yeah, man, congrats on those guys and putting their heart into that track, man. I really appreciate that.
You know, it's kind of cool. Both Paul and I are songwriters, and we share stuff all the time. And he comes to me right after they wrote it, and he played me just the two of them in a room playing it.
Yeah.
And so I got to hear it from the start all the way through to the final mix. And he brought the final mix a couple weeks ago, and I plugged my headphones into my phone and went, wow.
Yeah,
this is
I'm real excited for that.
Done really well, mixed really well. I mean, as you know, going into the studio, it's really hard to mix percussion so well. You don't want it to be too loud because then it becomes a percussion track, but you don't want it buried because then it becomes a folksy tune. You want that power behind it, and you know, a drum set can give you that power, but the percussion sometimes, if you don't mix it right, it just kind of falls short, and then you're stuck with this long song
This sounds like bongos.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but Alan and Paul, they got Eric Swanson up there. They're those guys.
The best in the business, isn't he?
Yeah, man.
That guy's got an ear. I don't know where he got it from. He can hear stuff and mix it well. Yeah, thanks for giving Eric some props because as far as live sound goes and recorded sound, that dude is top of the list.
Yeah. That guy's been here for me since as long as you have, Chris.
Yeah.
As long as you have.
And I've gone in the studio with other people and recorded with Eric, and he's done countless concerts that I've been at. Yeah. And I even did an impromptu stage appearance, and he ran sound for me in my guitar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was like I radioed back and said, hey, I brought my guitar. I'm going to hop up there really quick. And he was like, no problem. Just plug it in, strum a couple of times. I'll get a read, and you're done. And he did it. He sound checked on the fly like that, and it sounded perfect.
Yeah. That's the guy. He probably somehow knew even before you did that you were getting up on stage and already had it figured out.
Well, he probably
Jedi,
I carried in a guitar, but I've done that before. I've carried in other people's guitars, so that wasn't really a cue for him. But and I think he's just so used to it. He's just like, okay, that's a guitar, so the setting's going to be like this, and da 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 da. And he probably knows the make of my guitar and what the tone is going to be, and.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he knows, but he just seems to know,
I think he's God disguised as an engineer.
Hey, no arguments over here.
Yeah. All right, so
we were talking.
Let's get back to the beginning of Tigalexi. You started with.
Well, it's good timing for me to talk about this because my new song I just put out last week is "Sidestepping Man," and I wrote that back when it was one of the first songs I wrote. And it was I was playing like open mics and just like messing around with my first bands at that time. So I was thinking about this song. I can pretty much tell my whole musical career, the story of my career via this song because it's still around. My bands have always played it. And so Sidestepping Man. Yeah, so I wrote a little short story about the time that when I wrote that song, I was living in San Diego and playing open mics at the time, kind of back and forth between San Diego and Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Wow!
So I wrote a little short story. It's in On the Record. The little On the Record mag/rag.
Yep.
That we have floating around Duluth. Shout out to On the Record. Support On the Record and their important work, keeping a free magazine with all the music, live music, and community events listed and everything, and a couple of local articles and local writings and such done by Christy over at Bent Paddle. So that's an important local magazine. So I have a little short story in the new edition of On the Record, and it tells the story of this Sidestepping Man song and me writing it and going through the whole open mic, living the open mic life there for a little while.
Very cool.
And how that worked itself. And now here I am, now I've been playing music as a career for a lot of years.
I know.
A lot of years now.
Started in 19 bum, right?
Maybe. Might have been, maybe, I guess so.
Back then we played real instruments made out of wood.
Yeah, so I guess and the Hobo. So I moved I moved here in 2000, and then I played my first. I was still kind of in that open mic phase when I got here. I played Wusso's open mic, and that kind of catapulted me, and I got a show from that, and I joined Jason Wusso's No Room to Pogo ska band on lead guitar, and I was kind of immersed in the Duluth scene pretty quickly, right, and then I put my own band together,
which was kind of like getting its footing at that time, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. In 2000, there's a bunch of us here, trying to figure it out. There's a good handful of people that paved the way, that already had like the Homegrown Fest was like year 2, I think. When I got here,
it was in its infancy, and that's kind of I think helped grow the local music scene.
Yeah.
A lot because you could go see some of these bands that that would play, but you didn't really know the name, and should I go see him? There's a $5 cover. What should I do? But with the Homegrown, you could go and check out all these bands and artists.
Yeah, and Ripsaw magazine, and that was the On the Record before On the Record, and yeah, I mean that was just a real good. When I think about it now, it's real. A lot of things kind of came together to make that. That period happened. There's a lot of people I still work with today I met in my first 6 months bopping around Duluth.
Isn't that interesting how they last like that?
Yeah, Alan and Eric Koskinen and the Trampled by Turtles guys. I met, that was a few years before Trampled by Turtles, but I met all those guys, and Eric Pollard and Steve Garrington. Just a lot of the guys I'm still.
All these guys that have names
with.
now.
Yeah. We were all just bopping around Duluth and playing the North Shore upstairs room and
taking anywhere you could.
Yeah. But there's a lot of support, and Rick Boo and a lot of the organizers and everything of the day. So yeah, that was when I got to Duluth.
Very cool. Well, what I want to do is I made you bring your guitar today, plus that song that you were talking about, Sidesteppin' Man. We have that. And we'll play it today.
All right.
And talk about the record release party, the release party that you've got going on. But we got to pay the bills. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back with Teague Alexi and Stars Over the Prairie.
Yes, sir.
I'm Sydney, and I had Z LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. Oh, man. Camping and like being able to look up at the stars, or like wake up to the stars or wake up to the sun and not have to kind of fumble around to see where my glasses are. So I'm looking forward to that. Eventually it's like getting out and enjoying nature with sort of no barrier. Oh, the staff were really great. Yeah, it was really, always felt pretty taken care of, and very friendly staff, and they were answering my questions even if they were like really, really trivial. It's something that you gotta have like a little bit of trust in this doctor.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today, or visit weisseyecenter.com for more information. Weiss Eye Center. See the best.
Gray Wolf Lodge, located on gorgeous Pelican Lake in beautiful Orr, is the great getaway in northern Minnesota. Featuring affordable, modernized cabins that rent by the week or even a few days, Gray Wolf Lodge is your place to treat the family or just yourself for a relaxing time away from it all. With great fishing, yoga classes, massage, boat rentals, a sandy beach, a common gathering area with a fire pit, and the gorgeous and rustic Gray Wolf Lodge, hosts John and Carol have thought of everything for your unforgettable stay. Give them a call at 1-800-840-9653 or go to graywolflodge.com to see all that they have to offer. Gray Wolf Lodge, your home away from home in the North Woods.
Listen to previous Stars Over the Prairie shows on our podcast page at KDAL610.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Well, we're back to Stars Over the Prairie, and our guest this morning is Teague Alexi, and I spoke out of turn before. I'm so used to saying album release party because all my music friends, they all release their albums and have a big party for it, but this is actually a single release party.
Yeah, we need more parties, Chris. So,
right.
Now we're going to party for every song.
Poor Teague was like, I don't have an album ready. That's going to be a tough one. But no, it's a single release party, and you've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. We'll get that in a little bit, but I made you bring your guitar because the whole drive behind Stars Over the Prairie is we love showcasing local musicians and having them play their music, because just like Homegrown, a lot of people, they're like, oh, I don't know that name. So let's showcase them on the air so that they can play and people can hear their music, and then we'll let them know about the song and the party and everything.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. I'm speaking on behalf of musicians, Chris. We all appreciate you.
Yeah. Tell me what is this we're going to hear?
This is since you're talking about the Hobo Nephews, this is a Hobo Nephews of Uncle Frank song. This is called Between Love and a Low Flying Bird.
smile 1,000,000 miles long. Well, she got one and she got a red dress on. She's got ideas both big and wide. She got a way about reaching you down deep inside. She's salvation. She is danger. And they say the only place to get your money's worth is at the greatest show on earth. But that's not what I heard. Somewhere between love and a low-flying bird. Oh, Eddie always said he should have played hard. The way that mighty wind blew on the day that he was born. That sure is one way to live your life, with dreams to keep you company on lonely nights, until they become such a stranger. And they say the only place to get your money's worth is at the greatest show on earth. But that's not what I heard. Somewhere between love and a low-flying bird. Somewhere between love and a low-flying bird. Somewhere between love and a low-flying bird. Somewhere between love and a low-flying bird.
I love that song. I don't remember where I heard it before. You may have performed it way back in the day.
Maybe
when you and I first met.
I just kind of dug it back out. I haven't been playing it for years.
I love that song.
Nice, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about the single released.
Yeah. Single.
This is for the Sidesteppin' Man song.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending me that. It's wonderful. Everyone is going to enjoy it. We'll play it in just a bit, but let's talk about the single release party, where it is, how people can, where they can find you and everything.
Yeah, it's at Bent Paddle with the good folks over there at Bent Paddle. Have the Common Thread band with me. That's Tyler Dublo on drums, Brian Wells on bass, my longtime rhythm section. I got the Mann brothers with me too, Jacob Mann on electric guitar, Owen Mann on percussion, everybody's singing. And we're excited. We're excited for tonight.
That's going to be a good show.
Yeah, man. We're excited. We've had a couple shows the past few weeks to kind of warm up, but we're ready for tonight.
The Mann brothers are fabulous.
Yeah,
they played the if I remember right, the Ukraine thing that Paul Metsa put on.
Yeah,
they did a couple of tunes, and then they played with a couple of artists. They were just fabulous.
Great, yeah. Salty Dog. They're in the Salty Dogs.
Yeah,
great band. They're really working hard, and they have a real they really have the soul of something, I don't want to say the soul of Duluth, but they've definitely captured a portion of Duluth's soul, and
definitely
taking it out on the road with them, and spreading that around and celebrating that little piece of Duluth that
they've got the old Philadelphia sound.
Yeah, they got a lot going on. They're a really great band. I really admire what those guys are doing, and really proud of them. And just for doing that, for doing what they do, and working hard, and taking the music out there. And, and it's great. Just as a Duluth artist, I know those guys have all played with I mean, between that whole band, they've probably played with just about every musician in Duluth.
I think the only one they haven't played with is me. And that's okay.
You haven't played with anybody?
They would make me look bad.
You haven't even played with Lefty?
Not yet. Not yet. But I those guys are just good. So
they're great. And I feel like, they're taking Duluth around, they're driving that Duluth thing around the upper Midwest these days. So, yeah, all respect to those guys.
Yeah. So tell me about the song. How did this come about? And
the song came about a long time ago. Just when I was trying to figure out, the songwriting guitar thing, and just really, I was really, my life was really kind of devoted during those early adult years to figuring out just the mystery of songwriting, and trying to hone that in. And that's when this song came out back in those California years. But it was really like I think when I listen to the song now, it's like, I think I needed that. The words in the song are all like reaffirming, kind of like, I've learned to follow the direction of my own 2 feet. I've learned to look both ways before I cross a one-way street. And it was really like that time in my life where I was like, becoming, trying to become and convince myself. It's like, okay, this is who you are.
Where your book fits on the shelf.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because you're just like in that young adult phase. I just moved away from home for a few years and, was still trying to figure out the adult thing and the music thing and the world and everything. And I think that song was, I think I did a good job of kind of writing something at that moment. It's like, okay, this is like a self-empowering thing that I need to walk up on that open mic stage. I need to be saying something.
Right.
I can't just be up there, and expecting people to like my voice.
They need to connect.
My guitar playing or whatever it is. It's like, I need something that's like going to empower me and like hopefully, speak to other people that are, in a similar spot, because we all go through that.
Oh yeah, and that's the wonderful part about music is to not only connect with people, but connect on a personal basis because they get it.
Yeah.
It may be a different part of the song they connect with. It might not be what you were trying to say, but they still connect with it. They find what they need in that song.
Yeah, whether it be the groove,
or the beat,
the screeching guitar solo, or like a lyric, that jumps out and like touches them somewhere, but all that stuff and all that it's a great thing about songwriting.
Yeah,
just like how it connects you to or playing music in general, and songwriting, takes it, makes it deeper. But just
because not only are you speaking from the heart, but when you sing it, you're singing from the heart because these are words that you're saying, not just singing.
Yeah, and I talk a lot, so I don't know if people listen, if I sneak in something, while I'm talking. I don't. Yeah, something about singing it is really like makes it. It's like you mean it more.
Yeah, and by singing, no matter how you sing. I mean, look at Tom Waits. I
love Tom Waits.
That guy doesn't really sing. He speaks in
be careful,
tune.
Chris. I'm not going to tolerate any Tom Waits slander.
There's no slander with Tom Waits, man. I'm a fan of, but you know how he kind of sings the words.
Yeah,
there's a lot of feeling behind it.
Yeah, he brings it up from the bottom of his gut or like the bottom of his soul. And I love Tom Waits. He's actually one of my favorite singers. And not for any reasons that Ray Charles is my favorite singer or whatever.
No,
Sam
I get
Cooke.
that.
It's like, but something about what Tom Waits is doing. Just bringing it from as deep down as you can bring it, and like the fearlessness of the way he sings. Is really great. It's all about the character.
This is me, and that's it.
Yeah, or like this is like what this song needs, me to scream in my low guttural, voice, 7 a.m. in the morning voice or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, no slander here. No Tom Waits slander here. But I would love to talk about Tom Waits for a long time, but I want to get this song on the air because it's such a good song. And we'll talk about the single release party
That's
again
right. That's
in just
right.
a bit. So this is Sidesteppin' Man and Stars Over the Prairie, Teague Alexi.
No, thank you, I'd rather not follow. I'll take the long way home. If you must go your way, I guess I'll go alone. I long to hear your wisdom in everything you know. But how could I ever follow your lead? I know it's the wrong way for me to go. Please don't assume I share the same opinions as you do. Withhold all preconceptions if it's me you're talking to. Long is my travel, narrow is my path. When I find my way, no turning back. If you don't recognize your reflection, bury it in the sand. Never follow in the footsteps of no sidestepping man. And though the road gonna have its turn, keep as straight as you can. Never follow in the footsteps of no sidestepping man. Never follow in the footsteps of no sidestepping man. Of my own 2 feet, I learned to look both ways before I cross a one-way street. No, I'd rather not follow. I take the long way home if I lose my way. At least I lost it on my own. If you don't recognize your reflection, bury it in the sand. Never follow in the footsteps of no sidestepping man. Though the road is gonna have its turn, keep as straight as you can. Never follow in the footsteps of no sidestepping man. Never follow in the footsteps of no sidestepping man.
Stars Over the Prairie, that is the latest from Teague Alexi, Sidesteppin' Man. And you have a single release party that's going to be happening.
Yeah. Tonight at Bent Paddle. Going down.
Yeah, please go out and support this. I mean, not only speaking personally, not only is Teague wonderful to watch just on his own, but you have a slamming band.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we do.
Please support local, and you will not be disappointed. Because I know all of the guys that you just talked about that are going to be playing. Go through them again. Let's give them some props.
My man Tyler Dublo on drums. My man Brian Wells on the bass. My man Owen Mann on percussion and Jacob Mann on guitar.
Yeah, and it's a good price, too, to go see you.
Yeah, it's free. So, yeah, come on.
So bring a friend.
Down. Bent Paddle's a good spot. They've done a great job of building up there.
They are really good at supporting local musicians too. So I want to say that to them. Thank you so much. They are one of the places that really support local music.
Absolutely. Yeah. Love the Bent Paddle folks in that spot. Great indoor stage, great outdoor stage. So Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah. All right, well, let's pay the bills again. When we come back, you're going to pick up your guitar and give us another tune. And then we have Only Man in Love, another track that we're going to play before the end of the show. So come back to Stars Over the Prairie. You're invited to the Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, open for another season for all your candy pleasure. They're located on Scenic Highway 61, 10 miles north of Duluth in Knife River. They're third and fourth generation candy makers using traditional copper kettles to make their caramels, fudge brittles, and chocolate-dipped hot air. When you visit Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, be sure and try their famous nutty ice cream bar. Tell them you heard it on Stars Over the Prairie. Great Lakes Candy Kitchen, located just 10 miles north of Duluth in Knife River.
I'm Lucas, and I had Z-LASIK at Weiss Eye Center. Went great. Little to no pain yesterday. Surgery went great. Everything else, went home, took a nap, woke up, and haven't really had any pain since. Everybody was super nice and talked you through every step of the way, and I barely had to ask any questions because they knew what to say. They filled it all in. For me, it'll just be snowmobiling's my big one. I try to do a lot of riding in the winter. I farm in the summer, so this year was a big difference where a couple of times I had to borrow somebody's helmet, so I put my glasses on and ride because just the weather conditions, everything else, out there riding blind. So I'm really excited for that. It's well worth the money, and it's going to change my life for a long time, I'll tell you that.
Weiss Eye Center is the only clinic to offer blade-free Z-LASIK in the Northland. To find out more and to arrange your free consultation, call 218-625-1917 today or visit weisseyecenter.com for more information. Weiss Eye Center. See the best.
And we're back to Stars Over the Prairie, and our guest today is Teague Alexi. And all right, I promised before that we would play a song, so I want to play a little bit of it because I like this track. It was one that you sent me, and then we've got another track before the end of the show, and we're still going to have you play. So this is called "Only Man in Love" on Stars Over the Prairie.
Man so manly, man so brave, man so courageous, not gonna break. Walk in the jungle, not scared of lion, mortified of a broken heart. When he can, every chance, man rolling around the dirt and the mud. The only man on the dance floor is the only man in love.
I love that track. That's why I wanted to play it. It's just really kind of peppy. It's like got a flavor of reggae in it and everything. I want people to hear your music so that they come out tonight and support you, and they go, okay, well, I maybe didn't like that track, but that one's really good, or they like them both, and there's no way they can hate them both. So
yeah, that was a Woodblind crew with me on that one. We're playing in a few weeks at Wusso's on November 1st.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and we have another track that we're going to play for you, but the reason I love having musicians on the show is to get some live music, and I want you to play another tune before we finish up the show.
Yeah. Let's do another, let's do a Saturday morning tune. This is another old Hobo Nephew song called Rockin' Chair.
I'm gonna build a little house, sweep off the front porch, get myself a rocking chair. Now I'm gonna rock. I'm gonna roll my weight back, get that wood hollering anymore. I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna thank the Lord for every little thing I got. One rainy day, I'm gonna give my guitar away. I'm gonna give it to my grandkids and listen to them play. tell everyone I know. I gone crazy in the head. Throw my cell phone on the bottom of the Mississippi River, put my TV in the shed. I'm gonna build a little house, sweep off the front porch, get myself a rocking chair. I'm gonna rock. I'm gonna roll my weight back, get that wood hollering, hollering in the morning. I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna thank the Lord for every little thing I got.
I love it. Another great tune. T. Gillespie is our guest today, and again, you have your single release that is you're going to have a party tonight.
Yep, Bent Paddle tonight.
All right. So now, what do you have? What do you have going on now? What's the plan for T. Gillespie for at least the next 1 to 5 years?
1 to 5 years. Well, I have a whole album finished that's going to come out early next year. I have a lot of music coming. I've been doing a lot of recording this past year, 2 or 3, so I have a lot of music I have to put out, one song at a time. So putting the single out tonight, and early next year we'll start rolling a bunch more stuff out.
Who'd have thought that you could get music to people so fast?
Oh my gosh, yeah, just right in and out.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, not only recording, because recording has become mobile. Right. I mean, you can set up a studio just about anywhere and get good sound nowadays.
Yeah, that's what we did on this recording. We instead of going into the studio, we did a little bit of that to to finalize some things. But we brought the studio to bass player Brian's basement where we were rehearsing at that time. So we brought the studio down there, and that was great. That worked out great because we're really comfortable. It didn't feel like we were recording or on the clock.
And you got a great engineer too.
Yeah, we brought Jake Larson there.
Yeah, because I mean, granted, equipment is good nowadays, but you got to know how to mic everything because it's a whole different room. If you're used to working in a studio and then you come to this foreign place, you really have to know the room and be able to mic it correctly.
Yeah, and we. That's why we brought Jake, so we didn't have to worry about it.
Right, because he knows what he's doing, that's for sure. I mean, you can hear it in the recording, how well he knows how to mic a room, because, not to get too technical, but for people that are listening that don't really know the recording process, there was a trick that I learned in Nashville where we mic'd a window to get a certain snare sound off the wall.
Okay.
And I thought, what the heck? And miking behind amps and over amps and where you place the mic and what kind of room you got the amp in. I mean, it was like my head exploded when I saw what this guy was doing.
Yeah, it's important because you don't want to. I try and limit how many things I have to think about when I'm recording. It's better if I can just think about.
That's the engineer's problem.
Yeah. So that's a great thing about bringing Jake is. Yeah, I once Jake walks in the door, I don't even think about the sound.
And is he the kind of engineer where you can just kind of say what's in your head and then he just goes, no problem?
Yeah, Jake's not the kind of guy where things will bother him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jake,
he doesn't tell you how to do it. He listens to what you need and then tries to provide that sound.
Yeah, and he knows me from a long
even
time,
better.
So I don't have to, I don't have to tell him about my sound or what I'm trying to do. He knows.
Yep. That's even better when you know someone and you've had that working relationship. They know exactly what you're looking for. So there's just kind of a little shorthand. And like I said, you don't have to say, well, I want this sound and da-da-da-da. And then they got to think about, okay, how do I do that? There's kind of that shorthand where he goes, okay, I'll set up this and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's what's been great about these new recordings I've been doing is I feel like my first, decade or two running around the music's, the regional, Hobo Nephews ran around all over, but just running around and meeting people in the regional scene, when it was time to do these recordings, it was like, all right, I definitely have to have Jake Larson involved, definitely have my band, I have Ryan Young is on some tracks coming up, and I don't want to start name dropping about the tracks coming up, but I was able to gather like a bunch of my favorite people. Yeah. And for those reasons, like all these people know that I don't have to explain to them what I'm trying to do, and that's what my music is about.
And that comes with your musical growth. The more that you play with them, they know, and they kind of see where you're going with it. They kind of see the vision. So yeah, all that stuff's real important. I mean, people don't realize that. I mean, you go back and you listen to, for example, Neil Young or some of the artists who, Jackson Browne, they've been around for a while. You listen to their early recordings and you just think, how did they keep their record contract? Because the people behind them heard where they were going. And I feel like if you can wade through your first couple of years recording and everything, you kind of get a sense of, okay, there I am.
Yeah, that's a good, because you don't know how to get, even if you can hear your sound.
And even if you're playing well out live, when you go in the studio, it's a whole different world. And you can't nail it first out unless you've got millions of dollars behind you and your name is Mariah Carey and you're married to the record exec,
Yeah, performing live and performing in the studio, it's two very different. For most bands. Some bands it translates, but for most, if you have the right people. But
it kind of depends on where you start. I mean, a lot of bands, when they start in basements and garages, they get used to that kind of playing together in a small space. So the studio is just kind of the tape gives up a little more than live does, but we got this.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's always excuse me, like a lifelong journey.
Mm-hmm. And every album is that way. Just when you find your sound, then you've got a new sound. And if you're growing, and I always use U2 as a perfect example. You listen to their first album, listen to their latest album, and it's not the same band.
I can't speak on U2, but I'm sure you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to a bunch of different things. I think I'd make somebody sick if I talked about all the artists I listen to. But when they started, they were just very raw and everything. And then now they're kind of getting back to their roots. They're still raw, but now they're a better band.
Right.
And so they translate really well. But anyway.
Yeah, that's big. That's big rock business. That's a lot different.
Yeah, it is different, but it's kind of the same. I mean, everybody's got that journey. You got to start somewhere, and if you don't grow and both lyrically and musically, I mean, you're not going to hang on because people are going to go, yeah, I bought the last record, I'll stay with that.
Right. Bono and The Edge walk into a bar and bartender says, "Oh, not U2 again."
Nice. We got to find this. Here, let's go.
Hey.
Tig Alexi, one night only. Let's go ahead. I want to get this tune on the air because I've heard this tune many times and love it, both live and recorded version here. And I want to get it on. Talk a little bit about it.
Babylon. Yeah, this was the first song from this whole new collection of recordings I'm just starting to roll out, and Sidestepping Man being the second. But yeah, Babylon's really similar, same lineup of guys from the Common Thread that'll be there tonight. And I really like this song. It's just it's very, there's a lot going on in the world right now, so like a lot of these songs tend to, even like Sidestepping Man I wrote years ago, it resonates in different ways, during these times.
And sometimes when you write a song, it means a certain thing, but then it changes.
Yeah, very much so. So
Well, I want to make sure I get it on before we run out of time.
Yeah.
So here's Babylon Babylon.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah,
Shout out
Lexi.
to Paul. Shout out to Paul
Yeah.
Metsa.
Oh, we'll be back after the song. We'll wrap it up here on Stars Over the Prairie.
Talk myself in and out of it, kick it around like an old bucket, just one of them days. I'm gonna have to speak for myself, I can't hear anybody else, one of them days. Just Babylon, Babylon, I hear the chattering, everybody's struggling, I feel the trouble bubbling. What side of the truth do you want? Left, right, underneath, back or front? Which one of these things? Same as it has ever been. The universe doesn't always win, one of them things. Just Babylon, Babylon, hear the chattering, everybody's struggling, I feel the trouble bubbling. For the ones that love you, one of them things. You can dance any way you want. Just take time for the ones that love you, one of them things. Just Babylon, Babylon, I can hear the chattering, chattering, everybody's struggling, I feel the trouble bubbling. And now, oh, just Babylon, Babylon, I'm Babylon, here chattering, everybody.
That's Babylon Babylon. It Stars Over the Prairie. I'm Chris Allen, Paul's second-hand guy here. And I want to thank Paul for giving me the reins. I want to thank Tiga Lexi for coming in today.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris, and shout out to Paul.
There we go. Thank you so much for joining us today on Stars Over the Prairie.